there's a certain type of venue in Australia that we'll sort of have to play early on, you know, the pubs and that sort of thing, which are quite rough. And so, but I don't think it's probably much different than growing up in Texas and playing a lot of those places too, you know, hardcore places where no one really cares that you're on stage and you really got to step up to the plate and sort of get everybody's attention and get used to having things thrown at you. All my dad's records were American country records. Don Williams and Glenn Campbell and Charlie Pride and Ronnie Millsap. And so when I started playing guitar when I was 6, and I saw on the back of all these records recorded in Nashville, Tennessee, and I just said to my dad, that's where I'm going to go eventually to make records. I definitely felt like starting again. I think there's, you know, anybody that's made the trek to Nashville knows that feeling too of my experience was to get there and sort of meet some people and sort of move along the line, if you will, you know, of everybody waiting sort of thing as a metaphor, and get to a certain point, and then my visa would run out and I'd have to go back to Australia. And every time I left, I think everybody thought I was, you know, done with it. It was too hard and I was leaving. And it was never to do with that. It was always to do with I'd run out of money or my visa had expired. So I'd go back to Australia and then come back to Nashville thinking I could pick up where I left off, and it was always right at the very back of the line again, you know. And it just seemed interminable. Every time I came back, it was one step up and 6 steps back sort of thing. So that's probably what took the longest for me. I don't know if there's one moment that did it really. I think it was a cumulative effect. Having been there long enough, you know, I moved in 92, and it wasn't really until 95 we got a deal of sorts. It was only 3 years, which wasn't a lot, but we also didn't really get any success until maybe 5 years after that. So I think it was just playing around the clubs all the time, and I think that's it. It's just playing all the time, and eventually someone likes what you do, and in our case someone liked what we did and gave us a shot.